There's a wave of people in their 40s, 50s and 60s being diagnosed with ADHD at the moment. I know, I was one of them. 7 years ago, I spoke to a psychiatrist, got a diagnosis, and that quickly followed with a prescription for Concerta. But what if your brain isn't actually broken? What if it's just completely out of raw materials? Getting diagnosed with ADHD as an adult feels like a massive relief, at least it did for me. For years, I struggled with crushing executive dysfunction. I would sit at my desk staring at an editing timeline, knowing exactly what I needed to do, but feeling a physical lead weight in my forehead, preventing me from starting. When the doctor handed me the official diagnosis, I thought, thank God, I'm not lazy. It's just a software glitch. And then they gave me Concerta. And for the first few days on a high dose stimulant, the lights come on, don't they? You can finally just work. But if you've been on those meds, you know exactly what happens next. The honeymoon period ends. You get the emotional blunting, the feeling of being wired but completely exhausted. The severe crashes at 4 p.m. when the medication stops working. The thing is, Concerta does not create dopamine. It's just a whip. It forces your brain to release and hold on to whatever dopamine you've got left. But you can only whip a tired engine for so long before it starts completely tearing itself apart. At the start of this year, I was done with meds. Sure, they helped me focus, but they didn't really help me with the RSD and the side effects of high blood pressure and feeling so tired all of the time. They were just getting all too much for me. I started to wonder whether we were treating a hardware failure like a bit of a software glitch. Because dopamine is not magic, it's manufactured. Your brain requires very specific raw materials, specifically zinc and vitamin B6, to synthesize it. Taking Concerta when you have no dopamine in the warehouse is like trying to squeeze water out of a completely dry sponge. The medication is looking for a chemical that physically doesn't exist. That is why you get the anxiety, the jitters and the brain fog. I just wanted to stop relying on stimulants to do my job. So on the 4th of January this year, working alongside the Key Clinic, I safely tapered off meds completely and started to supplement with zinc and active B6. Those are the raw materials that are needed to synthesize dopamine. It took about 5 weeks to build up the levels of zinc and B6 that my body was deficient in. But now I'm completely off the Concerta. And amazingly, my old ADHD symptoms haven't come back. No brain fog. RSD is so much easier to manage. And my focus is really, really strong. No chemical crashes at 4 p.m. and I've got so much more energy. Since I've addressed the actual biochemical hardware deficit, my baseline has completely changed. The executive dysfunction is gone, the drive is back, and the engine is running on its own. I'm working with the Key Clinic to help me through this, and last week I had my bloods taken. The results are due on March the 17th, and they'll show me exactly how deficient I am in zinc and B6, and so I'll know exactly how much zinc I need to take. But I can tell you this right now, this is working. Psychiatrists and GPs are not trained in this stuff, and the big pharma companies can't make money out of zinc, so that's probably why you've never heard of this before. If you are tired of whipping the engine and want to see the exact clinical protocols and blueprints to fix the hardware, follow me. I'm going to be talking about this a whole lot more. We're looking under the hood, and I'm starting a new YouTube channel called the Dopamine Engine to document the whole of this journey.